Hi, I'm Brandon with Gana Trucking and Excavating, coming to you today with another short training video on some situations we find ourselves in. Not routinely, but it does happen from time to time. Just with the work we do, we'll be in less than ideal ground conditions a lot, whether that's mud, snow, just loose dirt, things like that. We will run into where we get a truck stuck or a piece of equipment stuck. And this is just going to be a short video on how we safely and efficiently get those unstuck through a winch out or a tow out or something like that. First thing to do, if you are in a piece of equipment or a truck and you do get stuck, don't just think a whole lot of flooring is going to get you out of it. Just stop so you quit, so the vehicle does not dig in. If you just stand there and start rocking it back and forth, you're either going to damage the equipment or you're going to just dig yourself in deeper. It's going to be more difficult to get out. So if you can't get out under your own power, just stop right away and call it in so we can start working with something. In those instances where we do have to do a winch out or a tow out, whatever you want to call it, there's a couple points of emphasis that we'd like to point out for you. First one, use a chain or use a tow strap, tow rope, or a cable whenever practical. Okay. Chains are out there. I know they're in a lot of equipment, but chains can be very, very dangerous if they're not used correctly. Okay. So that's the first thing. Use a tow strap, something like one of these. This is a very light one. Whenever practical. We also have a couple of these floating around. It's a tow rope. I think this particular one's about 130,000 pounds capacity, like that. So we have these available. So there's no need to use something too small for the job and get ourselves in a bad situation. First thing you do, if you do need to get towed out, you need to inspect the strap, the rope, the chain, whatever it is you're going to be using for defects or anything like that. We have a couple items here. Some of these we took right out of the field. Okay, this is a tow strap. It's got, I think, 6,200 pounds stamped on it. It's dirty, but if you look even closer during an inspection, you can put your finger through this part of it right here. It's all torn up. It's just nothing significant happened, just years and years of use. This thing just got worn out. So the only reason we keep this is for a training exercise, actually. Otherwise, this should be in the trash. If you see any fraying on a strap or tears or anything like that, just get rid of it. Okay, it's not worth getting yourself into a bad situation because the working load limit on this is unknown. It's certainly not at the 6,200 pounds that's stamped on it. Okay, these can be very dangerous. We also have a chain right here. This is I think it's about an inch chain. These chains can hold a lot of weight behind them, okay? We can hook up to it without inspecting it. The problem is right here on this link, and there's only one link out of all of them, it's cut nearly all the way through. So something you think is 50,000 pounds, 20,000 pounds, whatever it may be is the working limit on this chain. Because this link is damaged, it's unknown. It's certainly not at the full limit that the chain should normally be. Put a little tension on there, and that thing's gonna break right there, okay? When a chain breaks, it might as well be a high-powered rifle bullet. It's going, okay? There's no windshield on earth or cab of a truck or anything like that that is gonna stop that chain if it breaks, okay? It'll go right through there. It might go forward and hit the loader operator who's pulling the truck out. It might go backwards and hit the truck driver. There's so many unknowns. That's why it's very important to inspect the strap, the rope, or the chain that you're using to winch something out, okay? Another important point, on every strap, sometimes you gotta look for it, there will be what's called the working load limit here, okay? And that's the max you can put on here. This one's 3,300 pounds. This is a very small strap for a pickup and things like that. This one has, I believe it was 6,200 pounds stamped on it. On everything, there's tags like that, okay, that will have for it. Sometimes you do have to hunt for them. Make sure you never surpass the weight limits on these things. This is nearly a perfectly good strap, but if you see the eye at the end of it was totally broken because at one time this was used to pull something that went far and above the weight limits on the strap, okay? So never ever in any circumstances surpass the weight limits that are stamped on the straps or ropes or anything like that, okay? Attach the straps to installed hooks or securement points. Nearly every truck or every piece of equipment is going to have points designed into them that are specifically for putting ropes, cables, and straps around, okay? Don't just wrap it around the bumper. You're not going to free the truck and you're going to tear the bumper off. So most trucks will actually have on the bumper or other places hooks sticking out of them, or places for hooks to fit into, okay? These are perfect, okay? You just put the strap around the hook and you can pull it out from there. But make sure it's been designed for that. On heavy equipment, you can put it right to the hitch and things like that if possible. Just anywhere that's designed to support that type of weight, okay? While you're getting towed out, or while you're towing somebody else out, or if you're a passenger or anything, don't just stand around 10 feet from the strap or anything like that. Remain in your vehicle while we're getting towed out here, okay? You're safer inside the vehicle than you are anywhere else, okay? When you're pulling somebody out, it's very important to apply slow, steady pressure, okay? You try to pull somebody out and it doesn't go, so a very human reaction is to back up, get a little slack in the strap or the rope, and take a running go at it, okay? That's when the chain, the strap, the rope, whatever's gonna break, that's when it's gonna break. Slow, steady pressure, okay? Constant pressure. And if it doesn't come out at the first effort, just stop, okay? We're in a trucking and excavating company. We have heavy equipment at our disposal. We have huge tow ropes that can support nearly any piece of equipment we get stuck. Might take a little time, but we'll get it unstuck in a safe manner. Just don't force the issue. If it doesn't come out in the first effort, just stop and call your manager and we can come up with a plan, okay? Next, we're going to go out to the field and Matt Jewett's going to show you the actual securement points on some various trucks and equipment, where to secure the straps to, and how to secure them.
Hello everybody, my name is Matt Jewett. I am the Truck Compliance Manager here at Gana Trucking. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go over truck recovery. What I mean by truck recovery is if we are out there in the field and we get stuck and we cannot get out. So one of the first things that we want to do is we want to make sure that our front bumper is able to either get a hook like this, or we also have hooks that have a pin. So one of the first things you want to do is make sure that once you insert the hook, that it is secure. So on these types of hooks, you're going to push it in, and then you're going to turn it, and it's secure. Then, as the driver, the operator of the truck, it is your responsibility that when help arrives, either another truck or another piece of equipment, it is your responsibility to actually get out and get the strap hooked up to your truck and then the other truck or a piece of equipment that is there to assist you. So what we'll do is, got a new strap here. One of the things that you want to make sure on straps is you always want to make sure that they're in good shape and they are not frayed in any way in which they can rip or tear. Once you have looked at your strap and it is okay for use, a lot of times what you can do, it's got the loop on one end, and all you got to do is just hook it up to the hook. Sometimes, depending upon how badly you are stuck, the other thing that you can do to kind of strengthen is you can double your strap. In other words, take the center of your strap and hook it up to the hook, and then both ends hook it up to the piece of equipment or truck that will be assisting you out. Once you have the strap placed to where you want it and it is hooked up to the piece of equipment or the truck that is going to assist you out, make sure that when you are ready to be pulled out, that you have good communication with the other operator or the other driver. One thing that you would want to do is to put your vehicle in neutral. Let the loaded truck or the bigger piece of equipment do the work until it is safe for you to put the vehicle in gear and travel from that point on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cover recovery from the rear end or the back end of the vehicle. First of all, at no point should another truck or piece of equipment ever push on the tailgate of the box of the vehicle. Especially aluminum boxes like this one, it will do a lot of damage. Same way with even the metal tailgates will also get damaged by getting bowed. And then once that happens, then you're going to have cracks or seams underneath and then on the side of your tailgate, in which when you're loaded with product, it's going to leak out. So never, ever, ever do we push on the boxes of these trucks. Now side dumps are fortunate enough to have a stinger. Those are made to be pushed. But straight trucks and truck and pumps should never have a piece of equipment push on the tailgate. What we want to do is we want to find a secure place that we can hook up a strap. This truck is pretty fortunate in which this is part of the frame, and this is the strongest part of the back end. So what you want to do is just take your strap and feed it all the way through. And then pull it out so that it's even, and then hook it up to the truck or piece of equipment that's going to assist you out.